What's up, everybody? It's your boy Lonnie. This is B.S.S. I'm here with Santo and Moon Peaches. We missed last week, but we're coming back with the episode 4 and 5 episode recap for Lord of Mysteries. A lot of stuff happened, a lot of weird stuff, a lot of stuff left up in the air, of course, because that's where we are with Lord of Mysteries. But how are y'all doing?
I have a song stuck in my head.
Which song?
Well, it's not a song, it's like a sound. It's the like I have one
Sounds.
daughter. Ooh,
I'll see what I
it's
have to deal with every day. Okay.
I can
I'm doing
Somebody's
good.
gonna know what I'm talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking
Hey,
about.
if you know anybody watching this video, just drop it in the comments because we tried. We tried.
Like,
I have
But I will say half of the time that I'm watching these Lord of Mystery episodes, do you know John Travolta from Pulp Fiction just doing the
yeah,
that's how I feel a lot
Taylor
of the
hasn't seen
time, to
Pulp
be honest.
Fiction. I tried. I tried. It's one of the best
I
movies
haven't.
ever.
Oh
One of the
my
best movies ever.
god. I'm
I
not
haven't seen
mad.
a lot of movies though, for to be honest.
I'm just disappointed. I'm not mad.
Not Pulp Fiction, not Fight Club. Not,
Matrix.
Are you serious? You haven't seen Matrix? Any of them?
Nope.
It's my favorite movie of all time. I'm offended.
Santo, you see what I live with? Ocean 11, like nothing,
I haven't
nothing.
seen any of the Ocean's movies. I just love it. And you're making it seem like
Not Scarface, not Godfather, like nothing,
Oh,
Santo, nothing. Oh God.
oh,
I was raised by a single mother
so was
and my
I.
That's not the point.
First of all, you met my mom? My mom doesn't watch any of those movies. And even when I was with my dad also doesn't watch it. Actually, he might watch those movies. I'm not sure. Mm. I didn't know that my dad cussed until I was like 16. That
We
was
got it.
earth shattering to me.
We'll do something. We'll try to figure something out.
I've been with Lonnie for 6 years. You think he hasn't tried?
He's got some help now. We have to see the Matrix trailer. We have to. We have to.
Like, bruh, not
We
the
have to. We
Matrix.
have to.
All right. Well, back
I
to
didn't
Lord.
see John Wick until we got together. So
Fuck me. She's doing it.
Stressful. It's stressful, Santo. It stresses me out. Especially since I'm an old movie head.
Yeah.
Um.
Same.
All right, but to episode 4, a lot of stuff, a lot of interesting stuff happened. Uh,
I just want to
regarding
say that I called episode 4 as it was happening.
she did it was low key impressive. It was low key
Hmm.
impressive. Uh, so episode 4, we met Triss / Trissy. Uh, there was some we got introduced to a new faction, a lot of stuff to unpack, but it started off with Seer entering somebody's dream about what happened to this dude and his crew at sea, because there's apparently immunity where everyone was just murking each other. Uh, I I thought that the sequence of how he entered the dream was like amazing, like how like the floor just like opened up into the dream with like the water and everything like that. I thought that
Mhm.
was sick. What
That
did y'all think
water
about?
looked real.
Yeah, the water did look real. The animation is getting ridiculous.
It's getting out of hand, and it'll just be like some random stuff that just happens, and you just have to like take a pause, like just like we were watching the previous episode just now. Me and my wife we were just watching it, and it got to the point where a train just passed, and she was like, "Wait, this looks different. What just happened? Was this another studio doing?" Like, no, they're just cooking. They're just cooking.
Yeah.
And Santo, full disclosure, the English dub is top tier, bro. English dub is top. Oh, Loki, I'm probably just gonna rewatch everything in the English dub because
I'm doing the exact same.
because
I have to rewatch it.
it fits the characters better. It fits the tone better, and of course it's in English, so we're not just getting overloaded with subtitles. Like we can actually like hear what they're saying, and you just digest it better. And yeah, check out
Don't
that.
have to pause, rewind, because the information's coming at you too quickly.
Yeah,
That's getting. I'm sorry, but that's getting old. It's taking me an hour to watch a 25-27 minute episode of something.
It's gotten better than the first 2 episodes, but I will say with the latest episode, it was moving pretty quickly where I was like, hold on, wait a second.
Yeah.
It's gotten better, but the English dub was definitely needed. It was definitely needed, especially if it wants to win any awards and stuff like that. Because casuals, they ain't got time for all that.
Mm-mm.
But we saw during the dream how he got pulled into like a completely different place that kind of looked like his throne room, but it was different. Like it was a
Mhm.
different throne. It was like a mountain like area, green stuff like that, and it just got a different type of feel to it. Later on, we figure out that there's another faction called the Demonist sect, which is like mainly run by women. They're usually under the assassin pathway, and eventually they like look into what was it they're trying to look into like the murders and try to figure all that out, and they go to the black market. We know that Triss right now he got offered the next the next sequence in this pathway, which is called Witch, and then Taylor was of course like, Witch? He got a dick. What the fuck does that mean? So what did y'all think about
Immediately, I caught it.
so before everything like unfolded, what did you guys think about everything that was happening with like the demonist sect and all that?
You can go ahead, Taylor.
I was gonna say, I kind of figured something along like the lines of what ends up happening was gonna happen. Just for the simple fact of like they kept harping on the fact that all of their upper ranking members are all female. But you have this male, and clearly he's going down the same pathway. You you can to a certain extent control like somebody's pathway and everything, but like what do you mean that they're only women? Like, that's a little strange. And then he got handed the next thing, and it was like witch. And it's like, okay, like, that could be a thing where it's just what they call the next like level and this pathway and everything. But usually the names have significant meanings as to what the next powers are going to be and everything like that. And why wouldn't it be like wizard or something like that, where it's like a little bit like gender neutral type? Or would it be something where it'd be gender specific of like, oh, if you're a man then you have to find the warlock one, but if you're female you have to find the witch one, because gender might play a role into this. And I told Ani that the other option is that it just turns him into a woman. And so like that was my whole thought process with that. um but I also I got really, at that point I was like, oh, he's another pretty boy. Those were the thoughts that I had running through my head at that time. Was pretty boy, and there's like 3 different pathways this can take.
Yeah. I gender fluid pathway was not in my it was not in my bingo sheet. Like I was watching, I was like, okay, so he's just your typical, pretty Asian character, whatnot. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, witch. Interesting. I mean, I thought it was like maybe like it was like a mistaken type thing. It was like somebody stole an artifact or whatnot. Like oh, this is where we're going. Yeah, I was not expecting Tissy to be out there.
And what was interesting, like so, like we go to the black market and like we see like, oh, that's kind of like where a lot of Beyonders get like the items that they need for these recipes or whatever else they need. And it's kind of weird like how fast, because like they were tracing him down actively. Like Klein was like on his tails,
Mm-hmm.
runs into that building and then runs out of female. So that was like almost like an instant like, I'm a girl now type. That to me was pretty dope. Like seeing it happen like on screen instead of like on paper is was wild. But
Here's Here's my biggest question with this: did it also change his clothes, or did he just steal a dress from one of the girls?
I want to say it changed everything. It changed like
Oh,
I just wanted to be cool. Like, man, it even changes clothing. Like that's dope.
yeah, that gives you an automatic fit. That's crazy. Um, but we see like there's a little time skip, like of a few days and all that. People are dying of natural causes, but they're all dying around the same time, which makes it a little odd. Like people that should be near death's door are just keeling over. Like someone might be hungry and they starve to death.
Mhm.
Someone had a heart issue and they probably would have died in a few months, but they died that night. So it's like a lot of too many coincidences or too many things at the same time are happening. So they figured out that it was a typical assassin pathway rituals going on, and so they investigated. Uh, Taylor made a comment that Klein is a great drawer because if you're here, you because dude drew the whole mansion. And he's like, yo, if I have those seer abilities and you want me to draw where this person's at, you are cooked. Because I can't draw either.
And then the description that I gave was so on point, but also wrong at the same time. I said it got a little swoop, and then goes whoop. It got some pillars, and it's like 2 stories. I was wrong. It was actually 3 with a like little mini 4th one on top. But I was like, and it got like a little whoop, like fence, and that was the description I had.
Yeah, like if I was a seer and they were like, "Hey, can you draw us what you saw?" Nah, you don't want to see these stick figures, bro.
Santo might be good.
Santo might be a good seer.
I'd be alright. I'd be alright.
I listen. If I was a seer, we're cooked. We're never getting. First of all, I still have to do this when I'm trying to figure out if I'm going left or right.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of blocks and circles on when. Yeah, so but Klein did his thing. Klein did his thing. Uh, they had a
I'm dyslexic.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna get it tattooed on my hand. Don't worry.
we know that
Wow.
we know like the whole group that Klein was with was like a bunch of he's like a sequence 9 and then he's with a bunch of secret eights.
Yeah.
But this is a sequence 7 and Trissy is low key whooping their ass by themselves as a sequence 7.
Bodying them. Like
Like
legit straight bodying.
bodying them. And also buying time for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you gotta see like
Oh, and the other thing that we forgot was Pretty Boy did it again, where he was like, "Oh, I think me and Klein have like an idea together."
taking credit for Klein.
Yeah,
You know,
and then after he lets Klein speak for a minute, catches on to where Klein's going, and then he adds on at the end. This is now like the 2nd or 3rd time he's done this.
hey, he also like he said, they're both the protagonists.
The protagonist.
They're both the protagonists. They're both him. They're both him. So just cause he's just assisting his fellow co-star, okay? That's just what he's doing. That's just what he's doing. Yeah, but he also got bodied. Also, you saw something happen with the shadow while he was getting cooked.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, eventually, Trissy escapes, which was kind of embarrassing for all of them. But that was kind of the end of the episode. Like they just introduced Trissy, and who knows, we might see them later on in the story. They might be doing.
Also, one more thing. Pretty Boy 100% with his reaction when they were like, Triss is Trissy. His reaction, he 100% slept with somebody that was in the assassin pathway.
I mean,
100. Listen, the way that he was like,
I mean, he didn't know. He found out there. He didn't know.
also, just because they're in the assassin pathway doesn't mean that they were a male to begin with.
They did state that apparently a lot of men,
them.
a lot of them switched up.
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like like Trissy is apparently attractive because when she got on that train, all those guys were thirsty as heck.
Oh, she a bad bitch. Trissy is a bad bitch.
Yeah.
Also, watching him try to learn how to put on lipstick and everything was hilarious.
Was crazy.
Like that one scene where he's like lining and he like does it all wrong. I'm like, oh, so it's not easy being a female, huh?
Yo, he crashed out a little bit too. He was like, what the? Hey, good old Trissy. Yeah, we'll definitely see him again. But I mainly did want to talk about episode 5 because a whole lot happened in episode 5. I think it was okay the best episode.
This is the episode 5. It is the best episode of the series so far.
It's so sad.
It really is.
So
I will say I didn't call. I called that the professor was like something more than what he was giving himself off to be, but I did not call what happened in episode 5 at all.
Yeah, and I didn't know that we were gonna have an Attack on Titan cameo in this thing. It's like, okay,
oh good.
it was great. It was great.
He's probably the strongest person you've seen so far, but there are so many people stronger than him, and that's what's crazy.
I have a question, Santo.
Mhm.
What level do you think he is? Like, if you had to, because we don't know. What would you guess?
Him,
Mhm.
I I don't think he would. Would we say Trissy was stronger?
No.
He was taking on armies.
Yeah, he's undead.
We're talking there. I
We're
would
talk-
say, okay, so I would say this based on what we've seen. I would say maybe 7 or 6.
I'm going with 5.
I wouldn't say 5 because we're kind of moving ahead because when we saw Klein and the sun artifact thing, it said something about sequence 4.
Mhm.
Yeah, but that's the sun pathway. He's not under the sun pathway.
No, I understand that, but that to me gave me more power than what Mr.
And all
Asuka's
that
done.
was he learned the recipe for sequence 4 for that pathway.
For the sun pathway.
He,
Yeah, so
he
that's what
didn't
I'm.
see the powers or anything. He just learned how to like the recipe for that sequence.
I got you, but what happened to him just seeing that recipe? By the way,
No, he
animation.
saw the deity himself. Like that's why what happened.
Well, we'll get into all that.
We'll get it.
I'll get into all that. All I'll say about this before without spoilers, because of course I know what sequence he's at. The first time we saw him, saw his backstory in episode 5. Remember, he's lived for hundreds and hundreds of years, and he's always losing his memories. You've probably only seen like a fraction of his actual powers. So he's a lot more stronger than a lot more stronger than what we saw in episode 5. That was just a glimpse, a little peek into the stuff that he can do. But
And that was also just his most recent life.
yeah, that's his most recent life. And every time, like he said, he always resets and resets. So he forgets how strong he actually is. He's a lot more stronger and he was taking on armies, and he's basically been immortal for like a few hundred years, maybe. And yeah, just to give slight spoiler things that slight spoiler. You don't want to mess with him at all. You never want to mess. You don't want to mess with him. If he's at full power, you don't even want to look at him. So he's not one to fuck with. But the episode starts off with they're searching for a wraith in this abandoned castle. We see that they have another one of those they have one of those artifacts. It's like a sun little emblem, which is supposed to like get rid of wraiths and dark spirits and stuff like that with the power that it has. We also see this little animation sequence flex with a mouse going through a little tunnel. That was
Mhm.
unnecessary. That was more than T-bait times 10. That whole little like 5 second sequence of the mouse.
I'm
That shit
telling
pissed
you,
me off.
it's the little things that just something would just happen, and you'd be like, you didn't need to go this hard to animate this, bro. Now you're
Yeah.
just showing off.
Yeah.
So yeah. So then eventually they find the Wraith. They have like a pretty good at they have a pretty good fight with it. To the point where Klein got juked by his own teammate because Nightmare used his abilities. And so Klein, being in the nightmare, thought that he was gonna do something, and he got clocked. he got
He
absolutely
was
clocked.
shook. He was shook. He thought he
The blood
died.
vessels in his eyes bursted instantaneously.
He was like the look of panic that he had.
He said, "I am done." But it was all a nightmare. I do like how people's abilities they can affect anyone at any time. So he ended up being okay. Uh, they look around after they expunge the wraith, and he sees a painting that looks like his old college teacher. Uh, but he wants to. They decide to like take turns like scouting out the area, and like he wants to watch first. And he has the idea of what if I bring this artifact into my realm and stuff like that and investigate. So he does his little divination with the emblem. He kind of sees how the emblem was created based off of like he sees like this gold floating liquid and someone getting. You want to go, Santo?
I just want to say this. This is showing Klein's evolution in his powers, because the mere fact that you could just deconstruct this thing and see how this is going, like I am so interested to see what is going on in this dimension. Like what is the ceiling for what he can do up here?
Especially
Like
on like the sequence 9. He's at the
like
bottom of the totem pole.
exact that's what I'm saying. Like we already seen that he can like pull people, like he can talk to Justice
So
and what's it, Hangman.
Yeah.
He can talk to them like wherever they're at. He can just pull them here. Now he could just break, like literally deconstruct an artifact and just see like what's going on. Like it's crazy.
he did that with Justice and all of that. He did that before he became a Sequence 9. So but on top of that, and this is kind of a question that's come up since the whole sun, he touched the blood of the sun deity, is how much of this is him and how much of this is whatever brought him here, because whatever brought him, like isekai'd him into this world, is clearly lives within this gray fog, because it was stated that there's something else in the fog, but he doesn't want to know what it is yet. You don't want to investigate that, but he'll touch the blood of a deity and literally be scorched alive because he decided.
Can't get there yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I was a few sentences away from talking, but as Taylor eloquently said, uh, he dives into the making of the amulet and things like that, and they see the creation of it, and he sees the sun, and of course he starts getting cooked. And what's the number one rule he was told to as a Beyonder? If you don't know what you're doing or you don't understand what you're doing, do not dive into it. He didn't know anything about the amulet.
Mm-hmm.
He decided to dive into the amulet. And then what happens? He gets human torched, literally. So,
Mm-hmm.
Taylor, you want to take it from here?
The idiot looked upon a god. What, like, I'm sorry. In every mythology ever, It has always been you can never look directly at a god or you're literally going to die. And this man goes, "Oh my god, it's the sun." Not like, did you not connect the dots? Like, you're smart. I can see this. But you go, "Ooh, sun deity, sun path, sun emblem. Oh, look, the sun. Let me stand directly into it."
But that also goes with a little bit of his character, because he does understand that he has more power than he's letting on, and he does, I'll say, a hint of arrogance at some points. So
Yes.
probably say, you know what, I can tank this. No, no.
Yeah, we definitely saw the Gray Fog basically save his life. Um,
So okay, so does the gray fog? Okay, so does the gray fog work like Gara's sand? Like it happens like does he control it? Because he didn't like
No,
command the
because
gray
it's
fog
not
to do anything.
his.
It just did it on its
It's
own.
because it's not his. The gray fog isn't his.
Gray Fog was there before he was there.
The gray fog, there's literally something else in the gray fog that the gray fog belongs to.
I I
Maybe.
I agree that it's not his, but he's in control of it to a certain extent.
He's in as much control as whatever is in the gray fog allows him to have.
That might be.
So that wasn't the gray fog acting on its own. That was whatever lives within the gray fog that the gray fog actually belongs to, saying, "This fucking idiot, I need him. Like, you can't die yet." That's why I said earlier, I think that whatever isekai'd him is linked to this gray fog. Because why else would he have access to it? Even before he became like a sequence 9.
Eventually, we'll, or y'all will figure out what the Gray Fog is and everything connected to it. But until then, that is just going to be a mystery you guys have to deal with.
I can always tell when I'm on the right path though by Lonnie's face.
Can you?
I can.
All right. So anyway, after like the whole shift and everything like that, he goes to see his teacher. He sees that there is a blood painting of the castle that he was just at. Of course, his teacher like confronts him and stuff like that. They go to the castle, find a secret crypt. Dude starts talking, long ass monologue. I don't even want to get into all that. But we see that the wraith was actually the dude's son, uh,
Mhm.
and the head is missing, and the head was removed recently, which caused a lot of these problems. Uh, we figure out that officially he is like a corpse collector. I wanted random here because like he was talking shit about corpse collectors in the first episode. He's like, "Oh, what is?" He's like, "Oh, imagine having the name corpse collector." Yeah, how do they look now, motherfucker? How do they look now?
That was me.
I think random was like, "Oh, that's like why can't they just be like a necromancer?" Like he was talking about the name, like how shitty the name was.
I was agreeing with him.
Yeah. Yeah. How they look now? How they look now? They look pretty dope now.
Look
Uh,
tough.
The name is still horrible. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, he was collecting bags of corpses. You saw that gate and all the skulls. I was like, ooh, flex on them. That's aura. He's like, I'm him.
Ooh, so since you brought that up, there was one thing that happened during that whole scene that I thought was very interesting. Was when he was trying to figure out who stole his like son's skull and everything when they did that whole through the gate, the blood and all of that shit.
Mhm.
It immediately went for Klein.
Fine.
But on top of that, it also led me back to thinking about that dude in the underground from the previous episode. So these kind of like link together. The dude when they were in the underground that they called like the monster or something with the high spiritual intuition immediately picked on the Klein's technically dead. But on top of that, then you flip into this episode and it immediately goes to Klein, and his teacher talks about how it interferes, like his whatever is attached to him essentially, and is interfering with his ability to figure out where the skull is. So I just think it's all kind of interesting. It's all kind of leading back to one thing.
The monster said that Klein smelt of death.
Yep.
So
Mhm.
I also think that the thing that was interfering with it is the fact that Klein's technically dead.
Yeah,
Is he
that's
dead?
that's what I got from it too. Like the guy like he was bleeding through his eyes. I smelled death, the smell of death. I mean, and it only went to Klein, like which kind of leads to the conclusion, like yeah,
Well,
Cli-
Klein, like his original body,
yeah,
not the
his body.
isekai person, but like his
Yeah,
original body and
that's
everything.
what I'm saying.
He shot himself in the head, like he's dead.
Maybe. So, well, what did you guys think of his teacher's backstory? We saw that like how he like he was basically a war hero. He got the princess, all that. He might have been a little bit too strong. His son tried to come up to him. He looked towards his son, and his son got yeeted. Uh, yeah. So, what do you guys think about that backstory?
It was such a sad story because he even said at the end that this wasn't his first family. Like we don't know how long he's actually been alive at all. Um, and that it wasn't his first family, but like these things come to him in dreams and stuff, and he always thought that they were dreams, but now he realizes that they're his past lives. Always ends with him leaving alone in solitude, and I just think that's so sad.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like it went from for me, it went from this guy can't make coffee, like get him a Keurig instantly, to he's like being speared left and right in fire, cursed. Here comes the Attack on Titan reference. I'm like, okay, he's a dog. He becomes this great, amazing, noble knight. So okay, now it turns into Lord of the Rings because he has like these. He's just picking up bodies, and everybody's now hailing to him. He gets his queen. He gets his kid. Now his wife is like terrified when he touches her,
And
and
then it
it's
turns into solo leveling where he has an army of the undead.
exactly. It was just crazy, and then it just ends with I have multiple reincarnations, and they all end with me losing my memories, and I walk. The only thing I remember is walking away alone and sad.
And
It
so
was crazy.
they also told us of the 4 or 5 different potches. Potch.
Potches like the time periods.
And
Yeah.
so this one that we saw, this like life, was the latest Apotch, like the one before the current one that they're in, of war and everything like that. And that's the most recent one that we were able to see. He has ones before that. He said after that one, he's always been alone. So that was his last like child, his last love, like meaning that all those other ones that we saw where he has like 3 kids, 4 kids, like all this, those are all before.
Mm-hmm.
So we literally have no idea how long. He even said sometimes I'm a lord, sometimes like it really just depends.
Yeah, like at every and in every point, it looks like he's just a straight demon. He's a dog, like in every point. But
Mm-hmm.
with that comes he's always sad and lonely.
Saying, y'all basically said he was a mini Sound Jinwoo, but you guys think he's only like sequence 7?
I didn't say sequence 7.
I said 7 because I mean we're seeing Trissy doing stuff that is insane, packing up people at 8 or 9. Like I feel like these levels, like every I feel like these levels, the boost goes far each
Yeah,
one.
but we didn't really see him do anything other than call upon the doors to try to find his like where his kid's skull is.
And but then also I can say that we really didn't
And
see him fight like
Yeah,
crazy
you guys didn't
people.
get
Like
to see
we're
him
seeing
really
him
do anything.
fight like regular people in armor and just swinging swords.
I will
Like
say,
so
I will say each sequence up there is a drastic difference. Like there's a significant difference for like each level, unfortunately.
Well, that's why I'm saying like 5 or 4 because we haven't seen him fight. We haven't seen all of this, but on top of that, we have seen a sequence 8 and a sequence 9 corpse collector path, and they're not living forever. They're not an undead.
All I can say is I can't wait till y'all seen Klein and Sequence 0 because that shit's gonna be lit. That shit's gonna be lit.
I get that yes, he's cursed and whatnot, and he has that.
Well, is he cursed because that's his sequence?
I don't know. I mean, I'm just going based on what the episode said.
Yeah, but you can't trust everything that you hear.
I
Have
don't
you
know
never read a fantasy novel?
Yes,
You
Taylor,
never trust the lore that you're given.
Yes, Taylor, but I can
Taylor,
only
whatever
go
excuse-
based
that's all
into
Santo
stuff
got.
that I
That's
have.
all Santo has. That's
I
all
can
Santo
only
has.
go with the information that is presented. So I'm gonna
I
go
have
with that.
read so many series where the first book gets thrown out the window for lore. I'm good. I've learned
Yeah.
my lesson. I question everything.
And that's fine. Question everything, but until further notice or until further information is given, I can only go with the information that is at hand.
Yeah, but the information at hand doesn't always add up, which is the issue.
Sure, but what if it does?
Taylor? That's
It's-
welcome to Lord of Mysteries, Taylor. Welcome. Does it add up? No, but are you guys invested? Unfortunately, yes. Now you're stuck. Now y'all stuck. Because at this point, you have to see it through. You have to see it through.
Mhm.
I'll be petty right now.
But yeah, I think if you were to ask me based on the information that I've given, I mean, 7-6, he does look like the strongest in the verse right now. But I wouldn't go that far
Personally?
because we've seen the boost go drastically higher.
But that's my whole thing is that we don't know what he can do, and he has an army of the undead. If I were to say, I'd say a sequence like 3 or 4. Personally, I was giving 5 to be a little bit more relaxed. There's just too much of a power difference from what we have seen to what he could even potentially do.
I got you,
Potentially do.
but then like even at that, like I'm okay. So let's just go with this. It's like let's go solo leveling. They don't look like a bunch of egresses out there. They just look like regular people.
True.
So I mean, yeah, he has an undead army, but like the undead army, it's just a bunch of
Huh?
like he has a lot of regular people out
But
there.
on top of that, you also have to think about he's losing his memories, meaning that he's also losing what powers he has. He doesn't know what he has.
It sounds
And
like
on top of that,
no. It sounds like a big nerf. It sounds like a nerf too.
yes, but you also have to think about it. The higher, like the lower your number is, meaning the higher sequence you are, the more to being like a god you are. What is more like being like a god than living forever?
Gotcha. I hear everything that you're saying.
We won't
But
know
the-
until we find it. We
But
won't know until we
the
find it.
infinite loop of forgetting how strong you are sounds like potential. He's potential boy right now
We
for
know-
Lord
we-
of
we know-
Mysteries.
we know
He
how
is
Santo-
the
we know how you
he
feel
is
about
the
potential boy.
he is the Nagi of Lord of Mysteries at the current
Santo,
moment.
when it comes out that I'm right, I want you to come on here and say, Taylor, I was wrong. You were right.
I shall not. I will go. I was right at the moment because that's the information
Hey,
I have.
That is fair. That is Santo.
You can be right at the moment, but when we find out that I was right in the long term,
Hey, y'all both might be wrong. Y'all both might be wrong.
And if you're wrong, Taylor, I would like for you to come up in this podcast and say that you were wrong.
I will, but you won't. I can admit when I'm wrong.
It's the lore. The
All,
lore.
all I
the
gotta
lore.
say is one of y'all or both of y'all are wrong. That's all I gotta say. So,
I know.
because I'm the only one with the actual answers. But any other remarks on this episode?
What is more godlike than living forever? That's all I'm gonna say.
I feel like a lot of things, especially in Lord of Mysteries. I feel like a lot.
Probably, but he has such a strong like.
Especially if we met this character so early. This
Also, okay. First of all, that don't mean anything. Okay, I've met gods on like chapter 2. Okay, that don't mean anything. But also, if we're going to compare him to Solo Leveling, technically, Sung Jin Woo was up there.
Yeah, but Sun Jin Woo had stats maxed out and everything. He had amazing
But he
shadows.
also took
He,
on.
he
I'm just saying. I'm just
no.
saying. If we're gonna compare,
Uh, Taylor
I-
has a lot of stocks in this guy apparently.
yeah.
But
Mhm.
uh,
I get it. I understand. I can understand.
alright.
we're
We'll,
just
we'll,
deferring two different things with the information that we have.
we'll figure it out. We'll
Mhm.
figure it out what happens. All I gotta say is if I'm putting stocks in any character right now, it's that dog. And hey, I said it right now. That dog clears a lot of y'all's favorite MCs. Y'all will see it. Y'all will see it. That dog, he will clear a lot of y'all's favorite MCs. Whoop their ass. But whatever. Any other remarks for this episode?
What if the end of the corpse collector? I'm so sorry.
No, okay, go ahead. Go
What
ahead.
if the end of the corpse collector like pathway is becoming Death himself?
Hey, that's not out the realm of possibility. It's really not. The Lord of Mystery characters get massively broken.
Yeah, for me, I'm more interested in Klein over everything. Seeing I didn't like how the episode ended. It ended kind of abrupt to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah.
it was just him going inside, oh, I'm gonna hang out with Klein's family for a little bit, just to appreciate them, I guess. But I'm really interested in seeing more of Klein and his growth. He got torched alive and said, "You know what? Maybe not do that next time. Let's figure out another way," because I didn't really like that. I didn't have my sunscreen and I have my face melted off.
I didn't
Like
have my sunscreen. It's crazy.
and seeing the act like getting all the information, like how the information like wrote on him and all of that, I thought was very interesting, like how they retain knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the gray fog saving him like involuntarily, like I'm
Was
really
it?
interested in that because like based on the information we have now, Taylor, I don't know if it's somebody else. I want to know what the hell is this see-through feather that always pops up out of nowhere. I think that's like a little,
Oh,
hint of like
that's linked to the god that's like upside down, the creator. 100%.
say what?
That
In the
upside down
episode
cut.
3,
Huh.
the creator, we saw them, it, him, she, whatever. I don't know. We saw like it upside down and the feathers were falling from it. Like that's linked to that.
And I need to double check that. Yeah.
But we do see every time a feather like falls, something bad happens.
That's what
Well,
I'm.
and this time it wasn't a feather. It was
It was a feather. It
bird
was a
or
No, I think
something.
this time we saw like a full-on bird.
Yeah, no, we saw a full-on like animal this time.
Yeah,
In
no.
this episode.
There was a transparent feather.
I think there was a feather in 5, but there was like a bird in 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
there was a feather in 5, but a bird in 4.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I don't know, man. Like this. Not saying that I don't understand what's going on, but I feel like it's just a lot of stuff happening everywhere all at once, and I'm like,
Eventually, it's gonna converge.
Read Thread of Glass. That will make your head hurt.
Don't read
No.
the glass, Santo. Don't do it to yourself.
I don't want to read something that's gonna make my head hurt.
Well, it'll make your head hurt for like the first 3 books, and then it's gonna make you cry for the rest.
Santo, the first 3 books.
I'm so good.
How many pages
Good.
are these books, Taylor?
They're not big books, like 300.
309. I need to read 900 pages of headache.
Well,
before I.
yes and no.
Taylor, I'm so good.
I'd really say the first book is really good. The second book is like decent. The third book is a little bit of a headache because I just personally didn't like the way the character was going.
I'm not reading something that is a headache to get through, that is decent, and is okay.
No.
That's what you just.
I said the first book is good. The entire series, you can ask Lonnie. I still think about it to this day. I've read that series last year. I still cry over it. It is the thing about Throne of Glass. It is an amazing series. Sarah J. Maas wrote that when she was 16.
Kudos to her.
I don't know what the fuck happened to her writing since then. Throne of Glass, top tier. You in a real headache? Read Crescent City. 3 books. The first book is over 1,000 pages, and the first 400 don't even make sense.
Yeah, we don't need to do all that.
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. But any other closing remarks about Lord of Mysteries?
I'm right.
No.
You see what I live with?
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You are not right.
It's only I know if she's right or not. Only I know. And I haven't said anything.
But even if what she is saying is true, currently at today,
Right
she's
now.
not right.
Exactly. Exactly.
If what I'm saying turns out to be true, that means that I am right now, and that I did.
We will cross that bridge when we get there.
And then I determine with the facts that were presented to me.
Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. That was our episode 4 and 5 recap. Random should be back here for episode 6. I'm sure it'll be another banger. Let us know your comments and your theories and stuff like that in the comments. You guys have been really popping in there. And yeah, anything regarding Lord of Mysteries, just drop a comment at one of us, and yeah, we might get back to you. We might not, depending on how good it is. See y'all later.
I was right.
I was right.
I'm
right.
was
I'm
right.
right.
Hey, I'm right.